Francis Ngannou's journey is one of the most inspiring stories in the world of sports. Born in the small village of Beatty, Cameroon, Francis Ngannou grew up in extreme poverty. His childhood was marked by hardship, as his family struggled to make ends meet. At a young age, Francis had to work in the sand mines, shoveling sand into trucks to help support his family. The grueling labor was exhausting, but it was the only way to survive. Despite these challenges, Francis harbored a dream that seemed impossible: to become a professional boxer like his idol, Mike Tyson. The odds were stacked against him. In a place where basic necessities like food and education were hard to come by, the idea of becoming a champion fighter seemed far-fetched. Yet, Francis held on to his dream, and when he was 26, he decided to leave Cameroon in search of a better life and the chance to pursue his passion. He set his sights on France, hoping to find opportunities there. His journey was anything but smooth. To reach Europe, Francis undertook a dangerous and treacherous trek through the Sahara Desert, crossing multiple countries, enduring hunger, dehydration, and the threat of arrest. At one point, he was detained and sent back to the desert, a common fate for migrants attempting the journey. But he did not give up. Francis tried again and again, facing immense danger, until he finally reached Morocco and eventually made his way to France. When Francis arrived in Paris, he had nothing: no money, no connections, and nowhere to sleep. He found himself homeless, spending nights on the streets or in parking garages. Despite these dire circumstances, his dream of fighting never wavered. He wandered into a boxing gym and asked for a chance to train. The gym owner, Didier Carmont, saw his determination and offered him a place to train for free. However, he suggested that Francis try mixed martial arts, MMA, where his raw power and athleticism could be even more effective. Francis embraced MMA and threw himself into training with the same tenacity that had carried him across the desert. It didn't take long for people to notice his incredible strength, work ethic, and knockout power. He quickly rose through the ranks, earning a reputation for his ferocious punches that could end fights in seconds. In just a few years, he went from being a homeless migrant to one of the most feared fighters in the world. In 2021, Francis Ngannou reached the pinnacle of his career when he faced Stipe Miocic, the reigning UFC Heavyweight Champion. Stipe was considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, and many doubted Francis could win. But Francis was not just fighting for a title. He was fighting for every person who had ever been told that their dreams were impossible. He was fighting for those who had struggled against overwhelming odds, just as he had. In the second round, Francis unleashed a powerful left hook that sent Miocic crashing to the canvas. In that moment, Francis Ngannou became the UFC Heavyweight Champion of the world. The man who had once shoveled sand in a small village and slept on the streets of Paris had now become the most feared heavyweight in the world. His journey from a life of hardship to the pinnacle of MMA was a testament to the power of persistence, grit, and an unyielding belief in oneself. Francis didn't just win a championship. He proved to millions around the world that it's possible to overcome even the most dire circumstances. He used his platform to inspire others, particularly in Africa, encouraging young people to believe in their dreams and to keep fighting for a better life. He also gave back to his community in Cameroon by starting the Francis Ngannou Foundation, which provides young people with a chance to train in sports and receive education. Ngannou's story is not just about sports. It's about resilience, hope, and the will to never give up, no matter how impossible the dream may seem. His life proves that with determination, one can rise from the harshest conditions and achieve greatness against all odds.